What's up, everyone, and welcome to First Time Recycling. We got myself, Hero.
Alvin.
We got Alvin.
Little Alvin.
We got little Alvin.
Oh,
Whoa, dropped it.
We got Rodriguez, aka Raphael.
We got Rodriguez. It's Raphael, aka Rodriguez.
Yeah.
But all right.
So today,
where are we?
We're gonna be riding. I don't know if you guys can see all the beautiful bikes in the background over here. Here, I'll get that nice shot. But yeah, we are super excited to be here today. It's gonna be a nice little bike event from Canoga Park all the way down to Reseda. Yep. So we're gonna be going through Winnetka. Now, a lot of you probably don't realize that there's actually a lot of historical events that have happened in this area over the last 100 years. You know, Canoga Park used to be called Owensmouth. Again, we'll kind of get into all that later
while we're riding.
Yeah. So, I mean, Hero, are you ready? I mean,
I'm ready. And just, you know, like Alvin was saying, we just want to make sure we touch on the little interesting history along the way. Sherman Way has seen a lot of changes throughout the years, from its agricultural beginnings to this bustling area that you see now.
Yeah, I know. So, you know, it is a day to ride bikes. They chose it, dude. They wanted this day. This is actually the final event of the year for CicLAvia, where we're going to be riding, again, like I said, from Canoga Park to Reseda. You know, as we're talking about some of the history, you know, I might throw some alien, you know, just facts in there for you. I know you'll be like, dang, this guy.
Conspiracy hat on.
I'm going to be putting on my little tinfoil hat, so I know. But I think we're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's roll. Woo! All right, woo!
All right, guys, so right now at the corner of Shoup and Sherman Way is one of my favorite donut spots called Sugarbox. So yeah, they do have gluten-free options as well as your normal donut options, so it's pretty dope. Anyway, this guy is saying let's go. He's ready to go right now, so all right, let's continue. Oh, faster. Of course, he says he wants some food, and we're driving right by one of LA's best sandwiches. So if you ever get a chance and you're coming through Canoga Park, this is definitely a good spot to come and get some food. But anyway, we're gonna keep on going because I know he's getting hungry. So. I know. A handle at the top of the handle? Yeah, you used to have one of those, the balance bike. You used to have one.
Right here. We gotta talk about this place real quick. Looks like they're remodeling it. Theater, right? Yeah.
All right. Stay away from the music. A lot of music today.
Everyone's gonna be playing in their jam box.
Yeah. Oh, the Grinch, get the Grinch.
It's gonna be hard to record without music, so
I think we got an open section here in a second. As long as that other guy gets away. As long as he goes fast. All right, so today on our first stop on our CicLAvia tour, this is our original. Hold on, dude. You let me finish. All right, so our first stop is the Madrid Theater here. It was built in 1926, and this used to pretty much house old films that did not have voices. So it's just like old timer. You had a music, not music, you had a piano player. Hold on. Dang. Yeah, music like that playing. No, but anyway, yeah, like I said, this is one of the things that held our community together back, in the early 1920s, 1930s. Here, what do you think? What else can you put in here?
That's right. Yeah, like Alvin was saying, it's not, the theater wasn't here just for movies. It was also here for community events. And they once hosted a high school graduation when their school burned down. And I thought that's pretty cool for a theater.
Yeah, and I mean, and that just shows how much community was here in, back in the day. People were just saying, hey, if there's something that happened, just come over here. We'll give you a hand. The community still does it, but I just don't think it did it in that, in that fashion.
Yeah.
In that sense. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep on riding. I am super excited. Yeah, this ride's been fantastic so far. It's been very noisy.
Lots of people.
Yeah, and we'll kind of show some shots of people just riding by with all their noise, and so it's been hard. We've been here for like 5 minutes just trying to get this shot. So,
multiple takes.
Multiple takes, yeah. So anyway, we'll keep on riding.
All right.
Now, as we ride down this section of Canoga Park here, you'll notice that there are a lot of shops, a lot of stoplights. I know there was an initiative at one point to help out the shops, just because a lot of cars are just kind of coming and driving through and not stopping. So they did signal these lights to turn red more often, so people could stop and take a look at the stores around them. Now again, there are some strip clubs here, liquor stores, just like any community, but again, there's a lot of great old antique shops. So anyway, we're gonna keep on going. Alvin playing in the dirt with his cars and motorcycle. Alvin, say hi. Okay, so all right, so just so you guys know, we are at Sherman Way and Canoga. Now we're about, we'll say, half a mile from Rocketdyne, or where Rocketdyne used to be.
Yeah, what used to be Rocketdyne.
Yeah, so pretty much Rocketdyne brought in tons of people into Canoga Park. I believe it was in the 50s? Was that 50s?
Yeah, 1950s.
And, yeah, so pretty much right during the war, or right after the war. So, it was just a time that the space program was able to bring in a lot more people, and that was great for the boom of Canoga Park at its time. Hero, what do you have to say about booming industries in
that most definitely. Canoga Park was booming in the new industries and the businesses. Rocketdyne, the work here at Rocketdyne was pivotal to America's space program, and this area really benefited from it.
Yeah, and what it also benefited from was alien sightings. I know, people are like, what? Yeah, so, as far as Canoga Park is concerned in Chatsworth, once Rocketdyne came in, there were a lot more sightings of alien activities, lights, flying objects. I will say UFOs. I know a lot of people say UAPs. So it is one of those things that, it was just nice for Rocketdyne to come in and build things, but were they building things that they shouldn't have been building at that time? So anyway, I know Hero's interested in aliens, but
you mean aliens were curious about our rockets? Is that what you're talking about?
Or we were building unidentified flying objects at the time, and
with
who
the
knows?
conspiracy hat.
Yes. I forgot to say, my conspiracy hat is on right now as we are talking about Rocketdyne, just because there are a lot of interesting things that Rocketdyne did, and yeah. Alright guys, so while Hero changes his battery over there, the GoPro battery decided to die. I just want to talk about that this street, Sherman Way, used to have a trolley system. So that trolley system pretty much got you from Canoga Park all the way to Van Nuys. And back in the day, not everybody owned a car, could afford to own a car. You know, it's like right now people have 2 to 3 to 4 cars and they just pocket them everywhere. You know, where I live, everybody parks everything everywhere. But again, in the early, you know, we'll say 30s, people couldn't afford to own a car and drive it all the way to Van Nuys and back. So it was just one of those things. So having the trolley system here really helped connect Canoga Park to pretty much everybody else. But anyway, we're gonna keep on going. Music's turning on everywhere, so
yeah. I want to get copyrighted.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, we're gonna keep on riding. All right, so now we're in Winnetka, California. Winnetka has quite the history here. Pretty much, there used to be people here from that used to live in this land called Tongva people. They were pretty much displaced by Spanish colonizers back in the 1700s. So after that, it was used for cattle grazing. And you know, it's just, like I said, kind of sad that the Tongva people were actually displaced from this area, but it's what it is. And this is the beautiful community we do have right now. I don't know if there's any Tongva people out there, but yeah,
don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe some descendants.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So let us know in the comments if you are. That'd be awesome. But anyway, you need to go pee? Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. We'll go over to the side. And yeah, Hero, what else do we got?
So yeah, that's right. In the late 1800s, a man named Charles Weeks purchased the land with a vision to turn it into some farming community. He named it Winnetka, which means beautiful land in the Tongva language. So yeah, pretty cool info. I didn't know that, and I lived in here.
Hero, I used to live in Winnetka.
Yep.
Dang, Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. But yeah, he saw a lot of potential here, and by the 1900s, Winnetka became a thriving agricultural community. We're talking citrus groves, vineyards, and farms. Dairy farms that all flourished in this area. Now you would never know that there was an ag area here, but it's pretty much all city here.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine today, but Winnetka was one of the most prosperous agricultural areas in San Fernando Valley. The people came here to start a new life in California for the promise of land to work on. So that was a great thing.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, we'll keep on going. We're trying to hit Reseda, and this guy needs to go take a bathroom break.
Bathroom break.
Yeah. So a pit stop. So we need to figure out where we can find that pit stop. In the heart of Reseda, right off of Reseda and Sherman Way here. This was actually one of the first suburbs in the valley, pretty much right after the war, World War II. A lot of people started to move into the suburbs here, and they wanted to pretty much start a family, build their homes. So a lot of this used to be orchards and agriculture area. They started pretty much dozing all of that, and it's pretty much what you see today. You know, it's one of probably the heaviest trafficked city in the valley here. So a lot of cars come through, a lot of traffic comes through, and yeah, so
it's pretty cool how this area grew so quickly. After the war, it went from farmland to one of the valley's key suburban communities. Families came to settle among the groves, and its thriving neighborhood with its own unique history.
And I was gonna say, and the thing is, what's it called? The valley kept evolving. The valley kept evolving to what you see today as our city. I don't think, you know, besides Pasadena, there's nothing in the valley that has like that old-timey feel. There are some older buildings, but everything kind of just grew up and evolved around it. that's it from Canoga to pretty much Reseda. We went from, if you guys want to know the full ride, it was from Shoup to Lindley. It was pretty much a great historic ride. It was just one of those rides it was just really nice to be able to stroll down Sherman Way without any traffic. You know? So. But you know, I am truly amazed how much, you know, after looking at a lot of the history of you know, of the cities, how much things have changed.
It's amazing how much history is packed in just one street. Seriously, it's all new to me too, from agricultural beginnings to space age industry and even potential UFO activity.
I know, you know me and my tinfoil hat and UFO conspiracies. But yeah, it was a great ride. Realistically, you know, I'm hoping that we're gonna see some more change. You know, maybe we might get SpaceX by us, you know, so, you know, Rocketdyne's gone, maybe, who knows, SpaceX could come out by us. But right now, you know, I know our side of the valley, everybody's kind of freaked out about, you know, the water from all the jet fuel and all that stuff. So we are trying to move forward and see what happens, but I do think we need another big company to come in and, you know, keep making change to the valley, right? You know, so.
Anyways, hope you guys have fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe, and we hope you liked it.
Yeah, hit that like, please.
Peace.
Laters.
Woo!